The home of Jim Jeffrey's team, which faces Motherwell in the Premier Division this afternoon, but also the home of East Stirlingshire. This is First Park, a mere stone's throw from Brockville, and we can have a last look at that stand, which will be rebuilt starting on Monday. The crowd's certainly not exactly rolling up here. The capacity within this ground is only 1,800, but the enthusiasm among the small band of supporters is substantial. This is the romance of the Scottish Cup. Two former teammates with Falkirk. Would have to say you might come into the veteran category. Scottish Cup Day, Peter, for you, is it still special?
Yeah, very much so. We've prepared well for it, and we know what Dumbarton, top of the league, we're prepared for a battle. That's what it's going to be here today. Get right in.
Jim, it's back to Scottish Cup business after a good run in the league. Is it a special atmosphere in the dressing room today?
Yes, again, very much so. Again, the lads have prepared very well. We've been down the sand dunes on Monday night, so we've did a bit of work this week, and we're all looking forward to it.
Any special impact the television cameras being here?
Yeah, it always adds an extra wee bit of bite. There's more gel in some of the boys' hair today, you know. I think a couple of them got a few haircuts here and there, but yeah, it's going to be, everybody will be out to do well in front of the cameras, I'm quite sure of that.
A few extra viewers tonight perhaps, Jim?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Makes it a nice change from watching the big boys in action to get a look at the second division, because there is a lot of good players in the division. Players that's been around, of course, much as our two selves. And yeah, Peter has gelled his hair today.
Well, we're looking forward to it. It was a great match. Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot.
Brilliant. Thanks. And there's the team Peter Houston leads. The East Stirlingshire manager Dom Sullivan has a number of injury problems, notably Brian Ross, Hugh Kennedy and Jim Rooney. And striker Danny Diver is suspended. But watch for the striking partnership there of Charlie Litwin and 19-year-old Paul Crawford. Tommy Watson at 25 has just turned senior from Kilsyth Rangers after scoring twice in a trial match against Celtic reserves, and the clubs have high hopes for his future. The second division leaders Dumbarton are more settled with experience in the form of Dempsey, Martin, Gilmour and Gibson, and youth provided by players like Melvin, McQuaid and John Boyd, the 22-year-old fullback who's attracted the attention of clubs like Southampton and Chelsea, with whom he spent a week on trial recently. He looks set for a big money move in the near future. And the referee this afternoon is Mr. John Fulton from Port Glasgow in his first season as a Grade 1 official. So the road to Hampden begins right here at First Park, with the second division leaders Dumbarton starting the match. And there's a real competitive atmosphere about the whole stadium, with East Stirlingshire enjoying some resurgence under their manager Dom Sullivan. East Stirlingshire having scored as many goals at this stage in the season as they scored throughout last season, so they really are on the up and up, and they'll need to be at their best this afternoon against a Dumbarton side which has performed superbly so far in the league. Their manager Billy Lamont has made it clear his main priority is the league promotion race, but the players certainly are up for this cup tie, and the opening exchanges should be vital, as they would be in any cup tie. Good play by Boyd. Gibson forced wide, followed by McAleer. Back with Dempsey again. No way through for the Dumbarton skipper on that occasion. Strong play again by McConville. And Paul Martin took a knock there from Paul Crawford. Played upfield by Workman. Melvin playing it forward. Turned inside by McQuaid. A late challenge there, giving the free kick to Dumbarton. Gilmour is going to cross to take this free kick. Boyd is in the box. He got a good head to that. Well, the danger there provided by the aerial threat from John Boyd. Tall, blonde figure there, making his way into the East Stirlingshire penalty box. This is a good free kick, sent in by Jim Gilmour. And there was Boyd getting up in front of Peter Houston, and that wasn't far away. Header by Dempsey. Gibson in behind the defence. Well, another alarming moment for the Shire defence there, as Charlie Gibson got in behind Eric McAleer. Well, one decisive header there by Jim Dempsey, and Gibson was onto that very swiftly indeed. A disappointing finish. Well, that formation at the back for East Stirlingshire serving them well. They have 5 at the back effectively, although Gordon Russell and John Workman, the fullbacks, have been released to push forward on the flanks, leaving McAleer and Craig doing the marking job and Peter Houston sweeping. Here's Russell getting forward well again for Shire, and there's Litwin's header. A fine swift raid that from East Stirlingshire. Litwin on the end of the cross. Good right foot, Gordon Russell. That was delivered superbly for Litwin, who was slightly off balance perhaps when he made contact. Gilmer playing it in. McQuaid trying an ambitious effort there. George Watson has made the catch. Now 35 years old, Watson. Came from Ayr United. Good challenge by Martin. This is Gilmer. Meekin looking for McConville on the left. Russell's positioning was good enough though. Headed away there by Watson from Boyd's throw. Charlie Gibson was the target for that. Well, that's good play again by Gilmer. Back it goes, the chance from McQuaid! A superb goal from Dumbarton. That's been threatened for a while. Well, what a superb build-up it was. And brilliantly finished by McQuaid. 16 minutes of the first half gone. It was Jim Gilmer's excellent work which did all the real damage. The far flung ball to the far post, nodded back superbly by Meekin, and that was a deadly finish by McQuaid. Well, that's a real face-off for East Stirlingshire after a very competitive opening session. Dumbarton have drawn first blood. Here's Crawford trying to turn away from Martin, lost his footing. Litwin retrieves it for Shire. Houston steps forward, that's measure for Litwin. And McConville stops trying to break through at the edge of the penalty area. Boyd winning that from Watson. This is McKinnon. Litwin controlling it well, playing it through the gap for Watson. Well, had Watson been able to take that on the run first time, Dumbarton would have been exposed. Here's Gibson. Taking on Workman. And Houston. Well, Charlie Gibson loves that position. To break from the middle of the field at pace. Former Stirling Albion striker. Getting away there from John Workman, then stepping inside Houston. There's still more cover coming for Shire, mind you, but Gibson tried the long-range effort. Good challenge again in the air by Martin. McKinnon helps it on for Litwin. Dempsey doing good work. There's McKinnon following that good challenge by Craig, and Colin McKinnon in rather a hurry with that long-range effort. He had options in front of him. Ian McFarlane, a 23-year-old goalkeeper, recruited from Hamilton Accies. Up goes Meekin. Here's McQuaid. Gibson playing it wide. This is good play again from Dumbarton. Boyd is in the box. A superb goal once again for Dumbarton. John Boyd, the scorer. His run wasn't picked up. 28 minutes of the first half gone. It was superbly built up on the right. This is a great pass from Charlie Gibson. The first time ball on the run, played in by Meekin. It was missed by Watson, but certainly not by Boyd. Well, the goalkeeper George Watson was certainly badly exposed there. That long run from John Boyd from defence, not picked up. And Tommy Watson, who's done such a good job so far and matching the runs from Boyd, somehow lost them on that occasion. Headed inside by Meekin. Back from Litwin. Houston looking for Crawford. Excellent play once again from Martin Melvin. Gilmour's layoff. Here's Meekin. Now McConville. Litwin helps it on. Here's Watson coming in. It's off the post. There's McConville again, laying it back for McKinnon. Working hard to keep that shot down. Litwin again, trying a dipping volley. Well, the idea was right. He didn't get the execution the way he wanted, though. But that could have made such a difference for East Stirlingshire. It was Litwin's little head flick on which caused all the problems. There was Watson coming in the blind side of Boyd. Hit this with lots of power right off the upright. McAleer did well. There's Workman playing it against Gilmour. McConville. Here's Watson. McConville again, sending over a very dangerous ball, and McFarlane in trouble. And there's no luck at all in front of goal for East Stirlingshire. Gordon Russell joining Paul Crawford on the goal line there as McFarlane was tested severely by this effort. Drilled in firmly from the left. McFarlane in a lot of trouble here, clawing the ball out. Workman coming to meet that ahead of Gibson. Strong play again from Dempsey. Started his career at Motherwell. And had spells at Clyde, Falkirk, Partick Thistle. McQuaid has found space coming off the defence. Been allowed to turn now. Shire Merrick live to regret this. Space on the right for Gilmour. The cross looking there for Meekin. That's well taken by Watson. Well, a dangerous moment that for the Shire defence. Jimmy Gilmour fighting this across. Watson judged it well. At full stretch there. George Watson being invited to send a long ball forward here. And that's a last attempt of the first half to go forward for the Shire. They go in at half-time, trailing by 2-0. It was a fine first half performance from the second division leaders Dumbarton. They scored a couple of good goals, the first in 16 minutes when Meekin popped up to head one down for John McQuaid to volley home. And then again, it was Meekin who set up John Boyd for the second in 28 minutes. It's Dumbarton very much in the driving seat. Jim Meekin's been involved with assists for both goals, and it's a long way back for East Stirlingshire. At half-time, East Stirlingshire 0, Dumbarton 2. So a tough second half ahead for East Stirlingshire. They'll be looking for an early return for their efforts in this period. Dumbarton ending the first half very much in the driving seat after a very convincing performance, leading by 2-0, and looking good value for that. East Stirlingshire doing some huffing and puffing around the Dumbarton goal towards half-time without threatening too often to breach the Dumbarton well-organised defence. Just that effort from Tommy Watson coming off the upright, and also scrambled clearance by Ian McFarlane from the cross on the left from McConville. But apart from that, Dumbarton coping well with the East Stirlingshire attacks. And there's McQuaid onside, going in behind the Shire defence, taking on Houston. And the experienced Shire skipper did well there. Came off McQuaid last. That's a Shire throw, all right. Well, a very important piece of work there for Peter Houston. There's no question that East Stirlingshire cannot afford any lapse in defence. McAleer. Litwin. McConville. Good build-up this from Shire, but it's cut off again by Melvin. So throw again goes to East Stirlingshire. Jimmy Gilmour goes back to do some marking. Here's Watson, who's come across to the left, sending over a good cross. Litwin is up well. Here's a chance surely now for East Stirlingshire, and it's brave goalkeeping by McFarlane. Paul Crawford is complaining. that he was being held off inside the penalty box. But the courage of Ian McFarlane apparent here. The ball came off Russell, and as Crawford tried to break, he was complaining he was held by Boyd. Gilmer to Meehan. Dempsey trying to pick out Gilmer again. Hooked back there by Gow. Well, Dumbarton appeared to be coping quite well with this flurry from East Stirlingshire. Well, that's brilliantly controlled by Workman. The pass not up to the same standard, but it's Russell who steps in. This is Watson now, a chance to run at Martin. Delicate ball inside. Cover provided by Jim Dempsey. There's Gilmer. McConville. Driving out of midfield with McQuaid ahead of him. Houston timed that challenge well, but McQuaid had run offside. It's a free kick to the Shire. It's well taken down by Boyd. A chase on here for Gibson, a chance for the clinching goal perhaps. And a superb save from George Watson. That may turn out to be absolutely vital. Watson has every reason, I think, to be complaining about his lack of cover here. Was hit very well by Gibson. Well, what a save from Watson. Well, you have the impression that a third for Dumbarton at this stage would end the match as a contest. George Watson has prevented that and kept the Shire in with a chance. Gilmer's corner headed away easily by Houston. Gilmer again sending it in. Watson is committed. Punch out was good enough. Well, Gibson tried hard to deflect that beyond Watson. An intelligent effort by the striker as Boyd thundered the ball in. And they're always concerned about a fast break from Dumbarton. There's Gilmer. Tried to find McConville. It's cut off well by Russell. That's great play by Russell. Fine piece of running. He would have preferred that on his right foot in the end, but he certainly struck it cleanly enough. Comes forward well here, steps away from Martin, having committed the defender to the tackle. And then left-footed, hits that firmly but well wide of the target. Gilman making a good angle again to receive the pass. Eased out of that by Workman. Russell to Houston. Martin had only eyes for the ball there. Made a good clearance, but McConville picks it up on the break. Good play by McConville. And brave play. McConville's in trouble there as Litwin tries to create a shooting chance. It's out with Watson for Shire. And again, McFarlane is well positioned to make the save. Tommy Watson again coming in from the right with a good attempt on goal. Litwin there to McConville on the ground, having done all the spade work there. Litwin opening things up here to Tommy Watson. The angle was narrow and McFarlane made sure it stayed that way. Litwin going inside. Here's Houston. Into the gap it goes for McKinnon. Stopped by Meehan. This is Workman. Headed down by Boyd. There's Watson. Litwin back with Russell. He's a very clean striker of the ball. McConville battling hard. Set up there for Litwin. Now McConville. The queuing up there for shots at goal. Still it won't go for East Stirlingshire, and Boyd with a very neat backward header takes all the strain off for Dumbarton. Well, there were a series of opportunities here. Gordon Russell's first shot blocked there by Boyd. Little Alan McConville surging into the box trying to get away from the markers. Played back by Crawford to Litwin. It broke again from this effort back to Charlie Litwin. And once again, it wouldn't run kindly for the Shire inside the box. So attendance this afternoon of 399. Good play by Houston. There's Workman. Litwin coming wide, but followed all the way there by Gow. Litwin followed into the box there by Paul Martin. John Boyd also takes a central position to use his height to cope with cross balls. Here's Watson. They lose the play again by Watson. The near post ball headed away there by Boyd. Up goes McConville. Appeals for handball. And another opportunity goes a-begging. Gordon Russell again right in the thick of the action inside the box. Falling there in the act of shooting. Well, there was an appeal here for handball as this ball was thumped back in here by Alan McConville's head. It appeared to come off the thigh of John Boyd. And there was Russell, just losing his footing at a vital moment. Well, if anything, the pace is increasing towards the end. Boyd inside, this is Hughes. McQuaid looking for the return pass. It's well held by Watson. Martin's header controlled well by McConville in midfield. It's back with Dempsey. Now Houston. Aiming that towards Crawford. Hughes taking too long to release the ball, allowing McKinnon to challenge. Here's John Boyd. Hustled out of that, and a tackle by Martin on McNally. Gives the free kick to East Stirlingshire. There's the damage in the face of Paul Martin, who's clearly unhappy about Colin McKinnon's challenge, which resulted in that bloodied nose. Peter Houston controlling things. Here's Workman. Kept it down well. That's a good save by McFarlane. No real element of surprise there from East Stirlingshire, knocking the ball wide of the wall here. Peter Houston setting it up for the left foot of John Workman. Hit that well enough. McFarlane went down quickly. Laid off there well by Litwin. An error by McConville. Houston forward, here's Litwin. And Ian McFarlane had that well under control. He realised exactly where the ball was in relation to his goal. It's a goal kick to Dumbarton, and looks as though they have coped successfully throughout the second half. So 90 minutes have come and gone as John Boyd takes that goal kick. There's Workman. Boyd winning that from McNally. This is McConville. Now Hughes. Willock makes a good run. Hughes again. Quite content to retain possession, to take the ball deep inside the East Stirlingshire half. This is Willock. Houston turns it back to Watson. And it's the last action of a thoroughly competitive cup tie, won in the end by Dumbarton by virtue of their convincing first half performance and their capacity to hold on against an onslaught of attacks from East Stirlingshire throughout that second half. You have to feel sympathy for East Stirlingshire for all their effort in the second period, but Dumbarton did have that extra edge and they had composure in defence when it mattered, and that's what's taken them through. John Boyd has just been named the man of the match, and no one could really argue with that. He had a fine game at left back for Dumbarton. I wonder how long it will be before he leaves the club to bigger things. But it's a fine cup tie won by the second division leaders. It's East Stirlingshire 0, Dumbarton 2.
Really a very hard fought cup tie. How did you feel about Dumbarton's performance?
Well, I was disappointed with the second half performance, Jock. Certainly the first half, I thought we played very, very well. Scored a couple of good goals, and probably East Stirling then decided just to have a go, and it caused us problems.
In that first period, what did you think was the decisive factor that turned the game your way?
Oh, the factors were certainly that we played to feet, played to each other, backed each other up, and got, you know, good balls into the box when it really mattered.
And then in that second half, of course, things did change. What was your strategy for the second half?
Well, it wasn't a strategy jump. It was a case of hanging on. It was a cup tie, hang on and keep in there. Obviously, the lads didn't play as well as I'd hoped the second half, but you've got to give credit to East Stirling. I mean, they came out and really battled because they were trying to, you know, retrieve the game.
Once you're behind, it's always very difficult to take the game to them again. But as you see and as you've seen today, we certainly showed a lot of spirit in the second half, but just didn't get the break.
That was certainly something that must have pleased you, the way your team battled throughout that second half. You made some tactical alterations too. What was your strategy for that period?
Well, the commitment's obviously one of the main factors here. The players know exactly what I'm looking for. Enthusiasm's part of the game. They've got to show enthusiasm. Even though you're down, you've got to show even more enthusiasm, especially in cup ties. And I just changed it to get more players forward.